Okay, welcome back, students. We are looking at doing phases 3 and 4. A little bit more on your own. 4 is just answering some of the questions with the provided data, so we're not really going to go through that. But with phase 3, we're now looking at what we found out about our exoplanets and then finding our what can live on there. So, kind of the way it's set up is the first uh, alien matches up with the first star system. The second alien matches up with the second star system. So I was able to figure out a way for me to show you like that star system up, and then we're going to show the alien. So we're starting with that Plante alien, the first one. And so, how do you figure out which one of these exoplanets will work? I do apologize. I don't think I actually gave you the data for the 1B. I think I only did the 1C on this one. But just to kind of see, that one was the O2N2 CH4CO, rocky and hot. So I'm going to go ahead and look at what it tells me about it. Well, it does tell me it's rocky here. So it tells me this Plante alien needs rocky and CO2. So I look over here and I have rocky, okay, and then the second exoplanet also is rocky. So you want to like note on your sheet that it needs rocky. But it doesn't look like there is any CO2 in that first one. But there is CO2 in the second one. So I would say that the BLT1C would be the correct exoplanet for this alien. And the temperature is warm. Okay. And then you can kind of look at the other, when it's asking about the other different categories. Looking at here, it is not tidal lock. Okay. It tells you the temperature. And the gases that are listed here, you could go ahead and list those gases. But specifically, it was talking about the CO2. So you want to finish filling that out with the alien. Okay. So then the second one is referring to the daysiders and nightsiders, as we're referring to the second planet option. I'm gonna have to pause my. Nope, I'm good. My dog was making a ton of noise. This one has 3 different possibilities, so we're gonna kind of look at it right away. We know that it needs rocky, so you can go ahead and mark that. So I'm just gonna click on the 3 planets. So I know that it can't be 2D because 2D is gaseous, so I'm going to get rid of that one. So I'm just going to look at these ones. It says rocky, hot, and tidal lock. Well, this says CO2, so it doesn't really say anything more in there. So I'm going to read in here. It's results of phenomena called tidal locking. Okay, well, this one says that there is tidal locking that is needed in there. So that is some information. Let me just check to see between this one and the next one. Oh, both of them say tidal locking, so we know it's narrowed down to that. So the big difference between these two, there's 2 differences: temperature, and then as well as if you look at it, does say it needs CO2. And if you look at these, only the B2 has the CO2. So for this alien, your gases, okay, well, the exoplanet's going to be the BLT2B, N2CO2, CH4, and AR. Okay, it is tidal locked. It is rocky. It's going to be hot. And then your exoplanet is the BLT2B. Looking into the third alien, we're going to do the third alien here. This looks like a kitty cat, and we're going to go to the third star system. Okay, this one's got 5 different ones. We're going to start by, it says rocky, so you can go ahead and mark that on your sheet. And then we are going to go ahead and see which one of these exoplanets are rocky. The first one's rocky, second one's rocky, third one's rocky, fourth one is not, and fifth one is not. So I know it's one of the first 3. So I'm going to go back there. What other information? It does say that it needs to be warm. So I know that it is not this first one because that's hot. So the second one is also hot. So this one's going to be a little bit easier. It's narrowing it down to me. It's going to be that third one. BLT3D, which is rocky and warm. Excuse me. Let's see, and then you can note the gases that it needs: O2, N2, um, H2O, and CO2. And then you'll notice that it is not tidal lock, and I didn't have to read that in there as well. If there's anything else in here that you might need, I think we are good. Looking into the fourth one, I'm going to pause for a second while I cough. Okay, sorry about that. So we are at the fourth alien, and we are at the fourth not yet. I'm going to get to that four-star system. So there are only two exoplanets. So let's kind of narrow this down. Doesn't really give us too much about that. This one looks like it needs water. Okay. So that's one big thing that we need to know, that you need water for this. So this first one doesn't have any water, but the second one does. So that's kind of our way of narrowing it down. So it's going to be a rocky system. So the exoplanet is BLT4C for this alien. It's gonna be rocky. It's gonna be warm. The gases it needs are O2, N2, CO2, H2O, and H2. Um, no tidal locking. Temperature is warm, rocky. That should be what you need. Looking to the fifth alien. I'm gonna go to the fifth system there. Okay. We got to figure out which one of these three exoplanets there are. So it does tell us it needs, the aliens need gaseous and hot. So let's narrow that down if at all possible. That first one, 5B, is gaseous and hot. 5C is rocky and hot, so we know it's not 5C. And 5D is also rocky and cold. So that was an easy one to narrow down. It would be the BLT 5B because it's gaseous and it's hot. It also says on here, hot, yep. So the gases that it would use would be H2, H2O, CO, Na, and K. And then you'll notice that it's not tidal locked. And I think that's all it needs. Okay. And last and final alien, number 6, and star system 6, we got 5 exoplanets again here. So let's start out by narrowing it down with it's rocky and warm. So go ahead and note that on your sheet that it's rocky and that it's warm. We'll try to narrow down. This is rocky, but it's hot. This is rocky and hot again. Third one is gaseous and hot. Well, maybe this will be easier. This is rocky and warm. So there's one that's that way. And then we got rocky and warm. So now we got to find a little bit more information to narrow it down to those two. So it has those two. What else can we find out? They're symbiotic composition organisms made up of bacteria and fungi. Is made of fungi placed in a moisture. Produces tiny amounts of oxygen, so we know that we probably need some oxygen. So let's see. There doesn't seem to be any oxygen with that one, but this first one, nope. That doesn't seem to be helpful. It must not be enough to register on there. Well, I am on the right one. Am I not? Yep. Well, this is going to be harder. Well, it did ask for moisture on here. So is there one that has some water? That's what I would say. I would say that telling you that it needs a stable place with moisture and nutrients. That moisture will be caused by that water there. So it would be the BLT6F would be the exoplanet. It would be rocky and it would be warm. The gases it needs are CO2, N2, H2O, and NH3. And it is not tidal locked. That should be due for phase 3, and then there's a table and some questions for you to answer for phase 4, and then you can submit that. Make sure you keep these handy, as you will probably be using these for your summative project.